Now, I'm joined on Zoom by singer-songwriter Jacob Reddy, who is a dynamic young singer-songwriter who blasted into the music scene a few years ago at high speed. Hello!
Hello, hello, hello.
Now, I was just saying, young Jacob, how old are you now?
I'm now 18, just about turned 18 now.
And you've done so much. I will always say, when you're mega famous, I'll always say, I interviewed him first. I was the first interview I did.
Yeah, very early indeed, yeah.
And I've got proof, but you have been so busy with all your releases. So
Oh, it's been busy.
before we talk about that, the last time we spoke, you just got notification that you'd managed to get onto Glastonbury, but which
Yes.
it's a dream for everybody.
Mm.
How did that come about? And tell us about what it was like playing at Glastonbury.
Well, it actually came around. It came about. I went to a meeting. And I kind of walked into this meeting. He said to me, "Do you fancy playing Glastonbury?" And I was like, "Do you know what? I reckon I could probably find time for it. Do you know what I mean?" So I was very. That was like, what? Okay, yes, definitely. So obviously I said yes, and then it ended up happening, and it was one of the best weeks ever. Just the whole place is absolutely crazy. I was saying you see it on the telly and it looks massive. And then you get there and the whole place is absolutely crazy and massive. And it takes like an hour to walk from one side of the site to the other. And I reckon even I was there for like a week and I still reckon there was so much stuff we didn't even get to see and so much stuff we didn't get to do, but it was just absolutely incredible.
Oh, so you were you actually on stage on one afternoon, or were you doing sort of every couple of? Were you doing it during the week, or how did it work?
Well, I was on twice, but we got given kind of tickets to stay for the whole weekend, which we didn't pass up on. Stayed there, got there on the Tuesday, and then stayed till the Sunday, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they actually did a drone footage because I think people don't appreciate how big this festival
Mm.
is, and they did a drone footage. And it was like, oh my word, the walking you
Yeah,
have to do. And there's quite a
yeah.
few stages all round Glastonbury, which is really, really good. So, what was the response? Did you manage to actually sell any merchandise or anything? You allowed to do that there, or what happened?
Oh well, it was super special because where I was playing. In fact, I played twice, and even on the first time when it was a little bit rainy, we had lots of people watching, and there were lots of people joining in with the songs and singing along, and it was. I think it's one of them. It's just the biggest dream come true of being able to say hello Glastonbury whilst actually playing Glastonbury. It was absolutely crazy, but so much fun.
And I think it's really another one of my guests who I've known, because I know his dad, Steve Mortimer from Blackchapel, Safe Nath was playing there as well, who's been on my show
Mm.
recently. And he's tiny bit older, probably about 20. And it's
Mm.
really good to have the young artists being able to say they've done it. And it's such, because most musicians dream their whole life to go to Glastonbury, and you've already done it.
I still cannot believe it. Absolutely cannot believe it. But it was so much fun.
And you were saying though, was because you write excellent songs. I've always said your songs are fantastic, very strong. And you said they were singing them back to you.
Yeah, it was just everything about the whole week was just surreal in every single possible sense. But it was crazy. It was crazy just the way that everyone joined in and interacted with it all, and then spoke to me after and all that. The whole thing was just amazing fun.
And you must have got some good pictures and all the rest of it from the event too.
Oh, I did. We're lucky because I was playing, we were allowed to go on the Tuesday and we got there and it doesn't actually open until the Wednesday. So I kind of had a day of walking around the whole of Glastonbury when there was barely anybody there. And it was crazy because you'd walk past like the pyramid stage, for example, and there'd be you and three other people there. And then come Friday, you wouldn't be able to move from people absolutely everywhere.
How easy is it to keep your feet on the ground, because you're having a lot of success from going from when you did the busking tour, which you were in you were in that Hero of the Year award for that. Just tell people about the busking tour, because this is really impressive what you did.
Yes, it's crazy now. It must be coming up on like the two years since I've done it, which is it doesn't seem like that long ago. But basically, I travelled to all 51 cities in England and basically busked in every city over the course of 3 weeks to raise money for a children's hospice called Derry House. And that again, that was I've always said it was when I was doing it, it was like one of the most kind of tiring experiences of my life, but it was also so super special, and being able to visit the whole country and see, I guess, how much there actually is going on throughout the whole of the country. It was amazing.
Now I was watching. You probably won't remember this band because I think they were that you're born in 2000s, aren't you? So it's. I was watching a documentary on Wham the other day, and George.
Oh yeah.
Michael, and it was really interesting because George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley both very very good songwriters, but they had this image put forward. How in control? Because you're a good looking young guy. You're 18. How in control are you? Well, I can see you on the camera. He's grown a beard now, so I'm matching you actually. But mine's due to old age. And probably almost. But how are you managing to keep control of what you do? Are you independent or do you have management? So you're not, because it's very tempting when you've got a nice looking younger person to push you in a certain direction. So how much control do you have?
At the moment, most of the stuff, it's kind of like I'm very lucky to have my family surrounding me, and like my mum and dad basically act as well. My dad's like the taxi driver, and my mum she has every day laid out with like in the diet. So I'm very lucky that it's not like I've kind of got any kind of, do you know what I mean? It's all very much kind of within my house. Almost that we that everything gets done, and I guess it's just trying to it's quite fun being able to, I guess, look into every aspect of it, not just kind of, I guess, turning up at a show, but also, I guess, booking it and all that kind of stuff, if you know what I mean.
And I suppose your parents as well keep whereas because you are so good, you could go into big head world, but you're not like that. I suppose your parents, you're from up north, and your parents just won't put up with that.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't happen. I wouldn't be allowed that. No, I'd be kicked out.
Just to say,
I'd just be shut up, to be honest.
you sent me some music though, which I did play online. I want to give her a quick mention. It's your sister. She's a singer-songwriter as well.
Yeah.
Tell us the band again.
So she's in a band called Pseudo Cross, and I always say I've done a few gigs where I've kind of had them supporting me and stuff like that, and it's always it's really nice but really annoying that I've got to go. So that was my sister's band, and they're all between the ages of 12 and 16 or whatever they are, or something like that. And they're all kind of so young, but doing such an amazing job of stuff. And yeah, they're a band called Pseudo Cross, and they're just starting out together as a band.
Yeah, and I will play them again because they're really good. And I did play them the other week and tagged them in. So thank you for sending that. It's nice to see you got music in the family. So what have you been doing? You've released lots and lots of tracks over the last 2 years since we've been speaking. So what are the plans coming up? Are you going to release an EP or just keep releasing more and more sort of standalone tracks?
Now, there's a lot of stuff that I'm technically not allowed to talk about yet, but I'm trying to think how much I'm allowed to. All I'll say is there's some exciting stuff that's going to be happening over the next few months, particularly around about March. Something extra exciting is going to happen. I'll just say that for now.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you've not been snapped up. I mean, that could be happening. I don't know why you've not been snapped up by a major label. I think that probably will. If it's something that you want to happen, it will happen. But you have to, as you know, build your audience, build your songs, and then they come to you. And when they come to you, then you can negotiate the terms a bit more.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. And you've got your own press as well, and you've done everything. You've got Glastonbury as well, so that's always really good. How would you describe your music? We obviously heard the song earlier, Brand New, and we will play out another one of your tracks. I can't say it. What Living's For? There we go. I'll get it.
There you go.
There we go. I can't always get that wrong, Jacob.
Yeah.
So tell us.
I guess. I guess my music. It's kind of I try and write upbeat stuff in general. It's kind of feel good music. Kind of in indie poppy rock. I'm very bad at trying to sell myself, but you get what it was. Upbeat, fun music.
What advice would you give to young musicians?
I think just go for it and do any kind of opportunity that comes your way, whatever it happens to be. Just kind of say yes to it, because you never know where it might end up leading, and you never know where what might happen, because of even sometimes the smallest things you might do turn out to be really good. And also just keep going as well, because I think everyone has their moments where they're like, oh, I'm do you know what I mean? I want to stop or what have you, but just keep going and keep saying yes to things. And most of all, I guess, keep enjoying yourself with what you're doing. Because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then other people probably aren't going to.
How many songs do you think you write a year, and how many make it through?
Oh, there are so many dodgy songs that will never see the light of day. There are dodgy songs that have seen the light of day. So there's many that far too many. I've got a big my phone out on my voice notes on my phone. You could scroll down for like hours of just dodgy voice notes that I've kind of recorded and little ideas I've come up with.
Yeah. We must eventually get you in the studio because we always talk on Zoom.
Oh yeah.
It will be nice when you do a tour. Is there any sort of like, I know you've done Glastonbury, but is there other festivals? And are you thinking about maybe sort of spreading out to, because you're up north, but will you be coming down south to do any music, do you think, over the next couple of months or next year?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll, as I said, the stuff that's in the works, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you can't say much, and I don't know.
No, I don't.
I wouldn't say anything because I knew about Glastonbury, and I never said nothing. I was like, oh.
There you go. You did better than my mum then, because she told everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything because obviously you told me in confidence. I was like, oh, this is really exciting. But I was really excited. I was excited for you and for my other guest who was going on to Glastonbury, because it's something that musicians of all ages, it's something to say, no matter if you don't do anything else, it's like, I played Glastonbury and you've done it at 18.
It's honestly, I still can't believe it happened, to be honest. It still doesn't feel real.
Yeah, and it's showcasing up and coming, which is great because you've got the more established bands there, and it's showcasing the next lot of people that are coming up to kick them out of the way. Who would you have liked to got on the stage with and jam with this year at Glastonbury? Who did you think, oh gosh, we got to go up there?
I did see Dave Grohl manage to make his way to about 20 different sets over the course of Glastonbury. So part of me was thinking, wonder if he just randomly appears whilst I'm playing, but that didn't happen. But if that did happen, that would have been very cool. Saying that, he's probably got much better things to be doing with his time. But yeah, we'll say if Dave fancied popping on a few songs.
Yeah, come on, Dave, get up on stuff. That would have been great fun. But you sound like you've had an absolute blast at Glastonbury. So what's the next release? Because I'm going to be playing. I don't know what it is. What Living's For? I always go to say what's. I don't know why. It's that every time I read it out. But this is the latest track. What release is coming up next for you?
Oh well, there's a plan. There's a song by the name. In fact, I'll let you in on an exclusive here. There's a song by the name of "Breaking Me Down" that's looking like it's going to be the next track that should be out in the coming months, before the end of the year at the very least.
Ah, brilliant! And can you give us an idea of the kind of style, or are you going to keep that under?
It's I said before, my music's upbeat and happy, and I think this is the first time that might not be exactly true. But it's something a bit different, but I hope it's something people enjoy.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you. If people want to find your socials, it's Reddy Jacob Reddy, and you're everywhere, aren't you? Are you on TikTok?
I technically am, but don't check out. Yeah, I'm better. In fact, I think we might have said this before. I always say I need to do it, and then I'm proper bad at it. But one day I'm off for the holidays now. I'm done at college, so my plan is to get all that kind of stuff properly sorted out now.
Because the thing is, as you know, saying this to people out there, if you musicians have to not only write music which you love doing, and you can record yourself, but it's the promotion. And if you're independent, you have to be good at doing all these things. A bit of like getting your face out there, getting press, and doing your EPK electronic press kits, and writing to the radio stations. And you have to do all that as a musician, because otherwise no one will ever know who you are.
Yeah. There's a lot too much going on, but it's all good fun, and it's all, as you say, it's all stuff that needs doing, and it's all part of doing it as well.
So if you do like Jacob, go along and find his socials and like a page, because that costs nothing. And if you do really like his songs, you can actually go and buy them. That would be incredible in a world where people want music for free.
Indeed.
It's lovely to see you. Hopefully we'll see you in the station soon.
Fingers crossed.
On the radio show. Well, congratulations on Glastonbury, because I was super excited for you, and congratulations on that. So would you like to introduce your song?
Okay, well, this song is what living's for, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Thank you.
Soon.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you.